And the priests brought in the ark of the covenant of the Lord unto his place, into the oracle of the house, to the most holy place, even under the wings of the cherubims. There was nothing in the ark save the 2 tables of stone which Moses put there at Horeb, when the Lord made a covenant with the children of Israel, when they came out of the land of Egypt. The Ark of the Covenant of the Lord, which represented the presence of God with his people, had just one item: the 2 tables of stone where God wrote his law with his fingers. It is evident from the Bible that the law of God and God himself share the same attributes. These attributes include 1. Goodness, as found in the book of Luke chapter 18 verse 19 and 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 8. You may do the comparison. 2. Holiness, Isaiah chapter 5 verse 16 and Romans chapter 7 verse 12. Perfection, Matthew chapter 5 verse 48 and Psalms chapter 19 verse 7. 4. Purity, 1 John chapter 3 verses 2 and 3, Psalms 19 verse 8. 5. Justice, Deuteronomy 32 verse 4, Romans chapter 7 verse 12. 6. Truth, John chapter 3 verse 33, Psalms chapter 19 verse 9. Spiritual, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4, Romans chapter 7 verse 14. Righteousness, Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 6, Psalms chapter 119 verse 72. Faithfulness, 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 9, Psalms 119 verse 86. Love, 1 John chapter 4 verse 8, Romans chapter 13 verse 10. Unchangeable, James chapter 1 verse 17, Matthew chapter 5 verse 18. Everlasting, Genesis chapter 21 verse 33, and Psalms chapter 111 verses 7 and 8. No wonder God said, "My covenant I will not break," according to Psalms chapter 89 verse 34, and Christ said, "I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it," Matthew chapter 5 verse 17. Friend, in Christ we see the express image of God in bodily form, as he fulfilled the law of God without breaking any, Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3. He is willing to restore the image of God in us by granting us the grace to fulfill the requirements of the law, Romans chapter 8 verses 3 and 4. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments as at this day, 1 Kings chapter 8 verse 61.